So here we are at camp. You might notice it's a tad noisy. That's because the trees have been raining snow and ice on us since we got here. It's early November, and down at the lower elevations where we came from, this is not a thing. We're looking at overnight lows in like the mid-40s still, but up here it's going to get well below freezing tonight. And I just noticed some more snow flurries coming down. I'm kind of hiding out under my tarp shelter. I'll kind of try to cover my camera for a second while I show it. Just got the center pitched out on a ridgeline from my tripod over there to this. My buddy over here has his tarp pitched. It's reflective on the bottom, as you can see. I've got that one there and a space blanket that are also reflective that I'm going to figure something out with. Here's our fire pit that we haven't addressed yet. Needs a little bit of work. We'll get to that. So, we got a fire going. Todd's got a cot set up over there. It's already 27 degrees according to the thermometer, and that was what we thought the projected overnight low was. Luckily, we brought extra stuff to stay warm, so I think we're going to be in good shape. I've got my snug pack hammock cocoon, like Todd has around his sleeping bag over there. I've got mine inside there in case I need it, and I've also got a fleece sleeping bag in there. And I've got all my stuff out and under my ground tarp to protect it from splash and whatnot. So what I've got here is the Teton Sports Leaf 0 degree Fahrenheit bag. This is brand new to me. Well, actually I've had it for over a week, but this will be the first time I've got the chance to use it. So we're going to see how it does. Hopefully better than my other bag. Alright, so here we are on the next day. It's mid-afternoon sometime. We've been just basically trying to keep a rolling stew going here. This is what we've just put on here. Ow, that's hot. What we've just put on here earlier. Well, there's a bunch of beef and onions in there. You take my word for it. The lid's too hot. So, the Teton LEEF 0 degree bag performed marvelously last night. It got down to the low 20s, I don't know, 23, 24 degrees, I guess. And doesn't really want to focus, but kind of get an idea what temperature it is right now. It's about 30 degrees. And the trees have just been raining crap on us constantly because of the wind. Anyway, here's what we've done with the fire pit. So we put a heat reflective wall back there. Good Lord! It's kind of hazardous in here. So anyway, we built up the ring a little bit to reflect the heat back. Then I've got this tarp here. This is my UST, Universal Survival Technologies Hex Fly. And you can see it's got this reflective stuff on the one side, so we're using that to bounce the heat back at us as well as block some of the wind. Just like this tarp is also reflective for Todd's shelter here. Now, since that bag performed well last night, I stayed warm. I decided today I'm going to go ahead and add my snug pack cocoon around it. Mind you, if you're not familiar with the snug pack cocoon, that is not what it's for. Not at all. It's for hammocking, if it's around your hammock. But what I'm doing is I'm wrapping it around my sleep system just for a little extra warmth. Basically, I just want to be able to move around a little more, get my arms out of the bag and everything, so I can do that inside of the cocoon and be okay. So anyway, that's kind of the update of what's going on right now. Oh, and here's our kitchen. It's really just been a storage area. We haven't fired up the stove once because we keep using the fire for everything.
We're cowboys.
Yeah. On a steel horse I ride. Hurricane lanterns. We've decided that these are far better than using a regular lantern. They're extremely efficient, and they don't put out a ridiculous amount of light that you don't really need.
That's right.
Here is our little wood pile we've been working on. I'll show you something. There's what's left to work on. That came from there. We found a big old dead standing tree. We felled the tree with an axe, but we bucked it up with a chainsaw that we were smart enough to think to bring. And then we got a splitting maul, so our chopping block right here, and we've just been splitting these up, and we've been doing great on firewood. We finally decided to use our brains for once. A little tripod city.
Oh, that smells phenomenal.
It's just fogging up my camera lens. Can't hardly see in there. Take my word for it, it smells good, and it... There! Now you can kind of see it. We don't have all our ingredients in there yet, but we will.
You broke my simmer.
Meh.